Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code DRASIN12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. I have some friends on from Maryland. We're a couple. We got Candace and we got Jeremy, and they work out and they follow my lead. And I hooked up with Jeremy a long time ago, and I gave him a little bit of a program, and I hooked him up with Old School Labs supplements and some of the clothing which they sent as well. And we've had some talks about it. So I want to hear about how you're doing with your workouts. Do you work out together?
Sometimes.
We do.
Is she storming you?
Not quite.
It all depends. I give her help when she needs help. She normally does her own thing. I normally do my own thing. We have a gym in the house, and we also go to the gym. So it depends how we're feeling that day.
Yeah.
But we just generally we get through it together, and we motivate each other.
We try to really.
I think that's a good idea. Would you say, Candace?
We try to really motivate each other because it's hard when everyday life gets in the way sometimes. So
Exactly. It does. It can. But if you have this thing in common, you can work out really well. I mean, I've worked out with several different women through my lifetime, probably 185 of them. No, not that many. And I had a girlfriend as a partner, and I had another girl as a friend that was a partner training with. And I like training with women better than guys. And I trained with some big guys. But the women were more reliable. They'd show up on time, and they'd hit it hard, and the guys would take their time. And Bill Grant and I would work out together, and he'd take like an hour to get there. And I said, I'm almost done, Bill. I'm not waiting on you any longer. So if you have a girlfriend or a wife, and I did work out with one of my wives in the beginning, and then after that we never talked to each other again. And so, well, what happened was it just didn't work out. And I'd go to the gym, and she'd come to the gym, and no one knew we were married. And she'd do her own thing, but we were married 22 years, so I guess something was okay. But I found that it motivated me and her because we were doing set for set and rep for rep, and it worked out great. And then when you're out of the gym and you're together and you're going to eat, then you obviously eat right because you have to motivate each other to eat properly. Because one person doesn't, then you say, what, I don't want to eat that way. I want to eat this way. This is what works for me, right?
Exactly. 100%. We save each other sometimes. It's you get a craving or you want to cheat sometimes.
Don't eat that.
For self-gratification purposes. Just to get through a day. Like sometimes you'll see something and you'll crave it, and we correct each other and keep each other in our lane. You know what I mean? So having that support is good too. Because it can get hard staying on track. Longevity.
Well, I'm pretty good about it. I just had lunch and I had scrambled eggs and cottage cheese. Now that's not very appetizing. It's actually disgusting, but it's protein.
Exactly.
And it works for me. I didn't have any meat. I got tired of meat, so I just do it with the eggs. I had a guy on my show that ate 30 eggs. With the eggs, he got really muscular and he got really lean, and that's all he was eating. You get sick of it? Yeah, but it worked. So it's a good diet. And how many days a week are you training?
I generally train 3 to 4, sometimes 5. It all depends how my body's feeling. I go on feeling of my body. My body will tell me if I'm overtrained. And if I'm tired, I'll sleep. Because that's where you grow.
Absolutely.
And working out, tired, overly trained is not beneficial. I don't find it beneficial.
No, but I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it too.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's just, you can't really get 100% workout when you're tired.
Well, let me put it this way. When I was younger and I'd go to the gym down here, it was another world gym, and I'd train 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, like 25 sets of body part. Heavy, 150-pound dumbbells on inclines. And I was really in good shape, and I was tired. And when I leave the gym, I'd be falling asleep at stoplights. But I'd take a nap or I'd rest, and the next day I'd go right at it again, 6 days a week. But as I got older, and then I was wrestling too at night. So I'm getting a workout in the ring, and then I'm getting a workout in the gym in the morning. That's a lot of work for one body. So I had to make sure I was getting sleep. And then not only that, driving from one town to another for wrestling, so it could be like 200 or 300 miles. But now I go, like you say, I go like 2 days and then 1 day off, and then 2 days and 1 day off, or 3 days and 1 day off. But even on the day off, I get to the gym and ride the bike. Do something, for circulation. I don't call it cardio because I think cardio is a waste of time. Why are you laughing at me?
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with cardio.
Well, think about it. How many people have seen in the gym over years that do cardio for an hour at a time, and all year long they never look any different?
You're right. I agree.
I 100% agree.
The thing is, they don't watch their diet, and they think their cardio is going to burn the fat, and it doesn't. I can ride that bike in the gym for 20 minutes, and I burnt one cookie. What happened to the other 11 I ate?
But you have no energy now.
It's funny because I normally see people, they'll show up to the gym, the people that do cardio because you're there. So you get to know people and what they do. Yeah. And you'll see people show up while they're eating a donut to get on the, on the stair, the floor. I'm like, what you would have been better off not eating the donut and just staying home.
Is it Planet Fitness that gives you pizza parties or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how ridiculous is that?
Well, there was a time when I was in school, I think it was high school, I'd go home and then I'd go to the YMCA to work out. Then I'd eat back maybe half a dozen or more of Oreo cookies before I got there. I got a really good pump. But you can get away with that as a teenager.
Yeah, talking about carb load. Yeah. Holy insulin.
The cardio nowadays is more for circulation in your heart to make sure your blood's pumping, you don't have any cholesterol or plaque in the arteries and all that. I mean, I do the bike now like 20 minutes when I'm done, but it's a breeze for me. It doesn't even bother me. Right. And I got a heart issue right now too, and my doctor says I can't tell by looking at your intestine, but I know you have a damaged chamber. They have me on pills for it. So you could die sooner. I said, sooner than what? Sooner than you're expected to. I said, well, I don't know when it's expected because it's not on my. It doesn't say on my birth certificate I have an expiration date.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. When is the date of expire? Nobody knows.
No, you could walk across the street and get hit by a bus.
You could.
You never know. So your supplements from old school, you like them?
Love them.
I love them.
Are you taking them too, Candace?
Yes, I wish I had more. They're going to run out soon.
What's you going to do?
Yeah, they are.
I know the people there. I can pull some strings.
That would be so amazing.
Oh, we highly appreciate it.
I
mean,
it's nice that you touched your heart when you said that.
I am grateful. Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
how about the clothes? What they send you?
They sent me 2 sweatshirts.
Which I stole one.
2 tank tops. Yeah, she stole the one I like.
That always happens.
And 3 T-shirts, and they stay in contact with me too on Instagram. He messages me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I message him back, and he's always checking in, asking me how I'm doing, and I'll ask him how he's doing, and
yeah,
we've built a relationship, and it's a company with integrity.
They are. There's no question about it.
And the thing about that is there's nothing better than an honest company. I mean, I've used a lot of supplements along the way until I found Old School Labs due to you. And it makes a huge difference. You feel better. You have more energy.
Yeah.
You're better. And it's label accurate. And you can't go wrong with that. You're getting what you're paying for.
You can't believe what I have on my kitchen counter. I have at least 20 bottles of stuff I take every morning, pills. It's like really ridiculous. And then I think, I don't know if they're working or if they're not, but if I don't take them, maybe they're not working. But everything is usable, and plus the amino acids, of course, and the Bolt and the collagen, I think is great for the skin.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Good stuff.
They have.
It's good for all kinds of connective tissue. When I had my injury in my leg, I had holes in my calf. I mean, deep holes that were bleeding like tunnels. And the nurse would come and she'd stuff collagen in there. I said, why? She's because it rebuilds the connective tissue.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I take biotin and collagen every day.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Do you have the one that they offer? I think they have one for sleep that I'm interested in trying.
I haven't taken it because I'm afraid it might make me sleep forever.
It might actually work.
It's hard. For me, I notice when I work out hard, like especially some days, I'll hit the gym in the evenings or I'll work out in the evening. But from that, I stay. It's weird. It's hard for me to sleep after a hard workout later in the evening.
It winds you up.
Right. I find that if I work out in the morning,
right, it gives you energy.
I can go to sleep easier at night on a workout morning day. But if I do it late, I struggle. I don't get to bed until late. And I saw their supplement and I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if this would help on nights that I get around.
Did you take it?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Because you can do calcium, magnesium does the same thing.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I was reading that somewhere too.
What about melatonin? Do you think that?
Candace, I can't see it. You above your nose. You got to squat down a bit. There we go. Melatonin, I guess it works. I'm just really skeptical about anything that makes me groggy and sleepy. I don't know if it's going to take me too far or maybe not enough. So around 9, 10 o'clock at night after I go eat and come home, I plop myself down in the den and I put on a couple of TV shows that I really like. And next thing I know, I'm like just falling asleep. So I get up 11:30 and go to bed, midnight maybe. And then I put on the late night shows and watch them till I fall asleep. But I do get my sleep. I just happen to have a cat that comes to bed every 15 minutes and checks on me. And I wish she wouldn't do this. She keeps me awake. I'm still losing you, Candace. You got to stay down. That's it. So I think, I don't take protein supplements, but I do take their amino acid powder. I think that's pretty good. And then I've got Egg Whites International that sponsors me, so they send me gallons of egg whites.
Wow.
And those egg whites have been pasteurized, so it's not like you crack an egg and mix it up. It's already been pasteurized, and I hit it with a blender. I think it's like 8 squirts in a cup along with my pre-workouts from Old School, and it gives me about 35 grams of protein. Then I have my oatmeal and eggs with it, and I'm off to the gym.
We just started adding a whole bunch of egg whites to our eggs.
Yeah, I mean, during bulk, I'll eat the whole egg. I'll eat like 6 or 7 at a time.
Right.
I would rather have the whole egg, but that's what they send. But if I go out like I did today, I had the whole egg.
It's kind of odd. I mean, the whole egg is definitely good for you. It's
has everything.
There's no harm in it.
No, and the yolk itself is fat that you use to burn energy. It's like eating avocado and all that. So if you're taking the higher protein and you're eating the egg yolk and avocado and having fats and eliminate the carbs, that's where you're going to make your best progress.
Right.
I think for me, because eating eggs a lot so long, you got to keep changing it up. You got to boil them, you got to poach them, you got to fry them, you got to scramble them. So you got to kind of switch it up. So I went to adding egg whites just to change the taste of it a little bit for a while.
Yeah.
More less yolk, and I'll bounce back and forth.
I don't go by taste. People say, "Do you like what you're eating?" I say, "No, I hate it. I want a cheeseburger."
Right.
But I used to leave the gym, and I have a restaurant down the street here I have to stop in on. And at that time, I had a 23 T-bucket roadster with a Corvette engine. It was all chrome. They could hear me coming up the street. And the cook would have my lunch on the table before I got there because I had the same thing every day. I'd have a tuna fish omelet. Tuna fish cold inside the omelet, the guacamole on top, and a little bit of rice. And that was my lunch. And every day I'd walk in, it's on the table. We heard you coming up the street in that roadster. And I ate it for 13 years until I finally got sick of it. But you got to change. You're right. You got to change it up.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was referencing to, because when you eat them so long, you eventually get to a point you're so used to it, you got to choke it down.
Yes.
So just a little change in something to get it down. There's times of years, like right now for me in the winter here, I'm kind of bulking, so I have to eat more, and eating more is not easy sometimes. So whatever it takes.
It's really hard to eat a lot of food, and I had sent something about years ago. They say you need to bulk up at a certain time. No, because if you do bulk up, then you got to take it off. You put on 10, 20 pounds, it's going to be 10, 20 pounds of basically fat. So then you got to shred that down by dieting again. It's a pain in the ass. So if you can put on muscle slow throughout the year.
Right. The lean muscle. Slow. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm very small right now, so I'm trying to build, but it's difficult to stay, within reason.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Well, you should train together. Train like he does, and you'll put the muscle on. He knows what he's doing. I've been watching him grow, and it's pissing me off.
I'm just a little guy.
No, you look great, but let her benefit from your knowledge and experience too, and what I've helped you with, and let her benefit as well, and watch the progress she makes, because it's kind of fun to watch somebody else training with you make good progress. It'll inspire you. It will inspire you more if she's gaining along with you.
100%.
Well,
I totally agree with you. I couldn't agree more.
I appreciate you for this, because this is going to help me just with my own personal motivation to get in there and keep doing it. And I know that I have potential. So I want to see what that is for myself.
You can do it. You can do anything you want if you want to do it. People say to me, oh, I really want to do this and I want to do that. And I said, if you want to do it, you would. You can say you want to do it, but until you take that step and make it happen, it won't happen.
You're absolutely right. And I listen to you every day, and that really resonates with me. So I encourage everyone else who's listening to try too, because you can do it. You can do it.
Well, everything I've ever wanted to do, I've done. I've lived 3 lifetimes in one, with wrestling and bodybuilding and acting and all that stuff. But I wanted it. And so I went out for it and I did it, and it worked for me. And then I used that as a stepping stone in life to conquer whatever I wanted. And I learned a lot from Arnold as well, because Arnold was very disciplined. And I was disciplined, and it takes discipline to train and to diet. But if you apply that to your everyday life and your goals of what do you want to become and what do you want to do with it, it'll work.
Well,
get all the
go
bad stuff out of your life. Get rid of people around you that drag you down. You don't need that. I got rid of all that myself.
And with that said, one thing I learned in the beginning of this, because this is not an easy game, it's more psychological in some areas of it. But I learned to, keep your eye on your goal and keep your vision.
Absolutely. Don't deviate.
That you're more than half there.
Since January, him and I have woken up every single day and actually watched hours of YouTube videos of you, of Arnold, of great bodybuilders that have done it and know what they're doing. Obviously, it's still working.
Yeah.
The knowledge, the wisdom, it's like we know exactly who to go to get the correct answers. The science, it's all there. You just have to listen and learn.
Exactly. Now, if we can just get them to get rid of the balls in the gym, we'll be good to go.
Don't get me started with that. However, I never go to the gym without
I don't know what's worse.
Jeremy, I never go to the gym without my balls.
I take them with me every day.
They're with me right now. They're a little cold.
Carry them in our purse.
All right, I'm going to go play with this on my computer and edit it and put it together and try to get up on YouTube.
Thank you, Rick.
Sounds great. It was a pleasure, Rick. We appreciate it.
I'm glad it's worked out. I had the time, and I know you wanted to do something, and I know I figured, why not just have fun with it, right?
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and you're awesome.
Thank you.
And one thing I want to say to people out there, don't take this for granted. This is priceless knowledge. So when Rick speaks, please pay attention.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's only the women I go out with that don't listen.
I don't think that'll ever change.
I think they should. They got to listen to the Rick. Otherwise, they're hit the road jack. Okay, you guys. I'll get this up. I'll let you know when I have it.
All right, Rick.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you, Old School.
Oh, listen. It was my pleasure, honestly. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys later. If you ever want me, you know how to get rid of me. Get hold of me.
Well, either way is fine.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interests as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.